What we have here is a Fender Jaguar, or Jaguar. No, we say Fender Jaguar. This Fender Jaguar is from 1964, from all accounts, and the neck is from 1967, I believe. So it's got the black decals. They introduced the binding in 65, and they introduced the block inlays in 66. So it's after a 66. It's a 67 neck. The pickups changed to staggered pole pieces in 64. So these are either 1962, 63, or 64. And the back plate, which I'll get to in a minute, the back plate serial number indicates it's a 64, along with the pick guard, because this, I believe, is a nitrocellulose pick guard, not the plastic pick guard, because how deformed it is. This is the condition that I got it in a couple days ago. Aside from the fact that I took some screws out, which are here, it is definitely missing some screws. It's missing the bridge. It's missing the tremolo arm. It's missing a knob. And it's missing the tuners. It's missing one of the strap buttons. But everything else is here. So let's dig into it. So, pick guard. These pick guards are made out of nitrocellulose, and they shrink and disfigure over time, and is why it is also cracked. And it was white originally. The reason for the green is because the black bleeds in and discolors the white into green. That's why you see mint green pick guards on reissued guitars, because they're going for that vintage look. As you can see, it's two different kinds of plastic that these are made up of. That's why they age differently. And I'm not sure if these were white when they were new, or like more of an off-white color. But as you can see, they're not staggered pole pieces, so that's a 62 to a 64. And like I said, the back plate says 64, so I'm going with 64 on these. My goal today is to document the original, how I originally received it, the condition it was in. I'm going to disassemble it, clean up the pieces, and then I'm going to assess how I'm going to move forward with this. My plan is to restore this. However, my initial assessment of the condition of the body and just various factors, it might be a little bit more than I bargained for. And if that's the case, I may just part it out. So in the event that somebody's looking for original parts, this is a great find, because the parts that are here are in good shape. Even the body's in decent shape. It just doesn't fit the neck correctly. If somebody had the wider spec neck, which they do have different specs on the necks. You can order them at, I believe, 3 different specs back then. So if somebody had the wider spec, that neck would fit in this guitar, and then this body would be perfect for it. It's already sanded down. Mind you, I would sand it a little bit further, get it, nice, but overall the body is great. So the body's there, all the electronics are there, the shielding plate is intact. The pick guard, not so great condition, but for somebody that wants an original, it's got a crack in it, and it's really discolored. But if you're looking for that, here you go. So I'm going to set those aside for now. Now, the pickups are what I'm excited about. I want to clean these up with a toothbrush. However, I'm afraid to touch this. I don't know if I want to take that off. So for now, I'm going to set those right there. If you look in here, this is all original. And here's the lead controls. You got a rhythm in the lead circuit. As you can tell, this one is definitely replaced. This looks original to me. I believe this one is original, but the knob itself is not. This is not an original knob. So that looks to me like an original pot and an original cap. Here's one area of the body that has been altered. As you can see, this has been routed out poorly and for a reason I don't know. Yeah, that all looks original. Look at that. 58 years old. Wow. They turn very smooth. Smooth, man. These look in great shape. Switch could be cleaned. It's a little rough. Okay, so I'm going to take all this out. Now, I don't see any markings because the body itself had been sanded out. Looked to me like it was a sparkle red finish. No markings anymore to properly identify the year of the body. Let's get the high carbon steel spring. This bridge is in really, tremolo system is in good shape. Somebody colored in the Fender black, so I'll get that out of there. Patent number. So the body is in pretty good shape, actually. There's no major damage. There's a couple dings here and there. It's raw wood. I think you could get away with a sunburst on this. Whoever did sand it didn't take the thimbles out, so instead of sanding it flat right over there, it's kind of like sanded around it, you know. You'd want to take those out and sand it, plane it flat real good. Sorry for all the noise. I just realized how annoying that must be. See, it's definitely not the right neck for this. I checked the serial number on that, and came up 1964. So also some paint on the back, more evidence of the candy apple red finish. That fifth hole you're looking at, production that's used to secure it down to the router table. I don't know what that marking is. Looks like a peace sign, kind of. If you look at it like that, doesn't it? Like a fan. Looks like a fan blades. Or like Simon Says. So, and then if you could see that, you see that number? Somebody put that there. Definitely wasn't done at the factory. So this is the back of the neck. As you can see, there's some pock marks. You know, some signs of use and wear. Dent right there. And then that's the headstock. As you can see, there's been 2 separate sets of tuners on there at one time or another. And there's still a screw that broke off in there, so it's definitely not in great shape. But this is why we like these old instruments, right? I think it's cool looking myself. Such a cool headstock. Look at that. Come on. I mean, look at companies like Novo. They're making. I mean, that's the first thing I thought of when I saw this headstock. It reminds me of a Novo. Not the shape of it, just the finish. This is authentically aged, you know. Look at that. Come on, guys. Tell me that's not awesome. And I love the black Fender logo. That is one of the prettiest headstocks I've ever seen. Straight as an arrow. Well, I mean, it can use a truss rod adjustment, but it's not warped. Tighten that truss rod just a quarter turn. Be straight as an arrow. And look at that grain. It's just amazing. Look at that. I mean, look at the inlays. Look at the depth. Wow, that one's cool. This neck is definitely the highlight of this particular guitar. And there's the number. It doesn't follow any date codes that I've seen. If anybody could let me know how to decipher that date code,